What is up, my friends? So we just got episode 4 of American Horror Story, and we have seen that this is much of a flashback of sorts, and it mainly adds more to Belle Noir's story and Austin Summers' story as well. Alright, so before we get into American Horror Story's latest episode, can we just go ahead and talk about that George Washington book? Because, yeah, we're here to find out what's about. Just playing with y'all. We don't gotta talk about that for real. But let's just get right into this episode, which is more of filling in the blanks of things we didn't know, and also giving more depth to our main antagonists, protagonists, however you want to see them, which are Belle and Austin, who were pretty much the ones who introduced our main protagonists to this pill. So pretty much this episode just fills in the blanks for them, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it because I think it serves a purpose. So let's get right into it. So before we get into anything, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on those notification bells because we talk American Horror Story every week here. So don't want to miss any of those episodes, and go check out my other video if you haven't already, because I've talked about the other episodes as well as the theory I have. So go check them out. But let's get into it. Maybe it doesn't progress the plot as much, but I think it does in a way as well, because we get to see where these two characters are coming from and what it means to them to keep these pills intact and not be like gone. And we also see a bit of the chemist, albeit we don't know much more about her than that she has moved here to sort of experiment this new drug that she says that they have experimented before on apes. So that was pretty interesting as well. If this has been done anywhere else as well, I'm very curious to see, maybe in the lore of American Horror Story. We also see one of the creatures that we see be turned as well into the creature that they are during this, and I thought that was interesting as well. So I thought that this episode, since we saw the chemist, we were actually going to see a bit more of where these pills came from. I actually did a video earlier today talking about the pills and my theory on it. You can go check that out right now if you haven't already. But as I said in that video, and I go more in depth in the video, so go check it out as well, I think that these pills come from the aliens as well. And from the vibes I got from what we saw here when the chemist was creating the pills and all that, it looks to me, and my theory still stands, it does come from the aliens, but maybe it actually comes from them. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if the aliens are actually the pill itself, and maybe from experimentation, all of that, the chemist came across it as well. I think that's something that's going to be interesting to see. Also, what is the end goal for the chemist? Like, is there a sort of end to where her experiment ends as well, or is now this a routine as well, or what is like the ulterior motive? Because I don't think that this chemist is just here to make a quick buck or whatever you want to call it. I think there's more to it, and who is this being reported back to as well is my big question I have after this episode, which was Blood Buffet. I did think that the Belle story was pretty interesting as well, from beginning to end as well, and we see why Belle became the person she is as well. Austin Summers' story was told pretty quick as well, and I was very intrigued by both of them as well, now that I know more about their backstory, what led them to these pills as well. So pretty interesting stuff right here, this episode. But as I said, it doesn't really push the story much forward, in the essence that it actually fills up a little bit more of the empty holes we had, and it was good in that sense. So I'm excited to see what comes next. Based on the teaser for the next episode, it looks like they're about to be everything like open to everybody. I was hoping to see that confrontation between Ursula as well, especially after the last episode before today's, where we saw the child of the writer actually kill the police chief. So I was expecting that confrontation this week, but we will definitely get that next week. So I'm excited to see how all of that's going to unfold. And as we know, Belle and Austin are out to get like everything they can away, because they don't want none of this getting out to anybody, because they still want to take these pills and sort of became addicted to the arrogance and success that they get from this as well. So yeah, I think that the next episode is definitely going to be the climatic part about it all. I don't know if that's the last episode for Red Tide. Usually I think we go for 10 episodes or 12, so it could be this episode or the next before we start to go into Roswell, and definitely figure out more things there. So that's why I think, like I said, these two seasons are connected. Well, this season in itself, two stories are connected, because there is just so much more to figure out and what's going to happen next. If they were just to finish it in this next episode or the one after, I feel like that'd be too quick. So that's why I think that there has to be a little bit more said in Roswell about the story, and it will continue on there. The promotional material as well has both the aliens and the bloodsuckers really interlaced, as you can see. So there is no way in my mind that this isn't connected. And as I said, I don't think after him doing American Horror Stories would he keep like stories separate, if especially when it's the main current season as well. So that's just my theory on why they're connected. It could be a stretch, but hey, who knows? So are these seasons, well, these stories connected? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What did you think about this episode with Belle and Austin? As I said, I definitely see why Belle has become the cold woman that she is after everything, and also Austin as well being desperate to keep these pills like something secret and not wanting to get it all out there as well. Also, I want to know more about the chemist. I feel like her character is just something that you want to know more of, especially see her backstory as well, which was what I thought we were going to get when we first started the episode, but it quickly shifted into more of a Belle thing in the town itself. We don't get much of Karen in this one, and I feel like we definitely need some more Karen, but it looks like we're going to get some of that in the next episode, so I'm excited about that. Other than that, it was a good, solid episode. Definitely not my favorite, but I do like it for what it does and create the story and fill in the holes, as I said, for what we've already seen in the season, and definitely get us ready for that finale whenever it does come. If it's in this first part, or if, like I said in my video about the theory on the pills, if there's a last episode where both Roswell and Red Tide sort of get wrapped up together, I think that'd be interesting as well. But let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is going to happen? How do you think this is all going to wrap up? Do you believe that both seasons or stories, whatever, are tied together? Or do you think that this is going to be its own story and the other one will be its own story as well? Let me know down below. As always, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you turn on the bell for notifications. And also make sure that you are following me on Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get there before Halloween. Definitely hoping to do that. That would be insane if we can. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, sharing, all that good stuff. And also don't forget to check out the video on the left if you haven't already. Check out my theory on the pills as well. I'll see you all next time. Stay safe, stay positive.